Namaste, beloved ones, and welcome to Monday Magic. I am Carol Reed, and I have the honor to open this amazing lesson 8 of the 12 lessons of oneness with our magical I Am discourses. So welcome today. This is the awakening to your own comfort. I am Carol Reed. I am coming from Australia here, and we're live at the moment, so you may hear some wonderful bird song while we're here speaking. And I just want to say how amazing it is to be part of this phenomenal spiritual community, a community that we share absolute love with each other, a spiritual community that is energy, it's pure energy. Like Shri said last week so beautifully, I had to write it down and it was just awesome. In the spirit of community, in the spirit of the collective, knowing we are better together, as we listen to each other, as we love one another, and as we respect all they have and where they are at. We are co-creating this new earth. And this is fantastic. So welcome, welcome, welcome if you've just joined us. This is Monday Magic. I am Carol Reed, and I am here opening the lesson 8 of the 12 lessons of oneness with the I Am discourses, awakening to your own comfort. Hand on heart as we come together in this beautiful spiritual community. This spirit of community, as we listen, as we love, as we share. The chat is open for us to share our love, for us to share our joy, our excitement, our peace, and our support for one another. Shri and Kira will not be in the chat, as they will be delivering the most magical information that we get. Oh, wow. This whole series has been incredible. Hello, Sue. Thank you, beloved Sue. I see you coming in. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Carol. This is Monday Magic, and we're here with Shri and Kira to open up the I Am discourses and the lessons of 8, the 12 lessons of oneness. And before we start, let's come together. Let's come together. Welcome if you have just joined us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Carol, and I am delighted to be part of this wonderful community where these energies in this month of choice is culminating and coming in to a month of awareness. Awareness in September. If you caught Shri and Kira live yesterday, wow, wow, wow. What's coming is just magic for all of us. And I am here holding hands, linking arms with you all. I am so excited to be part of this and to continue this journey. For without this journey, I don't know where I would be. We are the creators of our disturbance. That's what we learned last week. So if we create it, we can uncreate it. So before I invite our beloved teachers, I'd like you to come together with me, your hands on heart, and take a nice big Ave Sa breath in. Ave, breathing into the infinite. And Sa, surrendering all control. And once again, breathing in, Ave, breathing in. And letting go of all control. Sa. And what I particularly love in this last breath, breathing in, Ave, I am. And breathing out, Sa, here. I am here. We are here. We are open. We are guided. Thank you, thank you, thank you, beloved spiritual community. Thank you for being a brother and sister in this world as we traverse this crazy dimension of this wonderful planet, and we bring healing in every single place that we can. It is my absolute honor and appreciation to our beloved masters, our masters who are continuing to reverse age every moment. I'd like to welcome you in now, Shri and Kira, Master Lady Kira Ra, and Wisdom Teacher Shri Ramkar. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi, Carol. Thank you. You know, Carol, the birds, we are just sitting here and I'm like just so enraptured with everything, the water behind you and the beauty and you. And thank you for such a precious rainbow bridge to another one who's down under. There you are. We're over here in South America and both of us in this moment on the other side of the equator. Thank you for being there. Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for the honor.
Oh, it is
I'm excited.
As are we. And so we're going to release you back to the role of where everyone can chat with you in real time that are over here in the Zoom, and to thanking you again.
Thank you so much. We're so glad you're here.
Namaste.
Namaste.
We love you, honey. And to all of you that are joining us, whether you're with us here at Zoom, whether you're over at YouTube with us, thank you and welcome. Welcome for being here with us tonight. You know, this is, as Carol was just sharing, Shri and I yesterday really felt called to share what's happening in September. And we're not going to go through all of that material tonight. So it's at YouTube, right? Is it still there?
Yeah.
It is. So it's right there from yesterday. So it should be like really close to wherever you're watching this video. Really give yourself the gift of watching it. And hey, let people know we are doing the monthly updates. We're doing them once a month. We're doing them live. And join us. You know, let's spread the word. Let's get more people that are really able to hold this ascended presence.
You know, each time we gather live, we stimulate life.
Yes.
You know, as Zadkiel once said, life stands for letting in forever the eternal.
Ooh, I love
life.
That. Yeah, letting in forever the eternal. And what a beautiful way to come into September. So, of course, this is Monday Magic, the moment where we gather together as the community of the Yoga of Self-Ascension, celebrating that which is streaming forth for the benefit of the all, for the upliftment of consciousness and for the expansion of this stunning moment where we choose actively the gift of peace, love, and joy with every conscious breath. And so welcome, my angels. And this evening, because it is imminently September 1st,
very close,
we are going to be going over just a brief moment of expanded information using that September up-level calendar. We are then, of course, going to be sharing with you some updates from here at Tosa Blue Mountain that we think are pretty mind-blowing, especially when we gaze at tonight's incredible lesson of oneness, lesson 8, as Carol mentioned earlier, awakening to your comfort.
Absolutely. It is a wonderful opportunity to tune in ever deeper.
Yeah.
One of the things that happens on our journey of conscious awakening is we discover ever deeper levels of truth, of expansion, of authenticity. The deeper we go, the more is revealed. And the more that is revealed, the greater the peace and the opportunity to choose joy.
It really is. And, you know, I want to stop for a moment and talk about that opportunity. So my left hand is devoid of my rings, and this is really calling to me because I forgot that they are sitting in our pool.
Oh, that's right. You went swimming.
Can you get them while I talk about the Ascension Up-Level calendar?
Sure,
our
sure.
pool, our water therapy center is right there, and Shri, bless his heart, made sure that the pool was hot, but I am feeling this, especially my wedding rings. Shri, they're on that little table right inside the lavatory area.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, everybody, guess what we did before we got live tonight? We were in the pool. And so while Shri is really offering that service to us all, because literally the masters, this is where I wear, of course, our wedding rings. And I'm really feeling that crystalline presence coming in this evening. And let's share the September up-level calendar, because this is really, I have no idea what I just did, guys. Stop share. I have no idea what I was sharing. Hold on. There we are. Okay. Hopefully you are seeing the September up-level calendar. Forgive me. And here we are. So First and foremost, if you were not with us yesterday, please go back to YouTube and watch it. And really, you're going to want to watch what we filmed yesterday every week for this entire month. Go back every Sunday if you want. Watch that at your leisure, because here it is right at the top. And this is why we are here together right now. And I'm going to show it to you even on the calendar. The active ascension window that opened at that March equinox. Remember, we have been in this active rainbow bridge. And this active ascension window is going to continue all the way through to the March equinox 2022. We have to close the circuit. But here's what's going on. It's being amplified and sealed, meaning whatever energy we are sealing into this September 22, 2021 equinox, this is the energy of the ignition of the second gate. And it is the energy that will continue through March 2022. So even as I share that with you, I would invite you to take in a deep breath and really call in the blessing of being aware. What is September's energy? Awareness, right? But this is about mastery awareness. And this is why tonight's ensoulment is mind-blowingly perfect for exactly this moment. And here's the other thing that blew my mind. The ascended numerological monthly code for the month of September is of itself the 6th, excuse me, which is the Merkaba. Now, if you gaze at the calendar graphic, let go of all the other things, go right into the graphic itself, try to, transmute all the lines and the numbers, you will notice that tucked in there is the flower of life, but that all the geometries are recreating themselves. All of them. And this is what he's back. Don't we love him, right? Thank you, Shri, for rescuing my rings, because they're all energy centers, right? We are right now in this moment where all of the geometries, all of them, that flower of life itself is saying, let go of everything that you want to hold on to and be open to the incredible magic, joy, and mind-blowing instantaneous manifestation of allowing the new geometries to come forward. And I do want to share, and you all know this, that calendar was published and out there before we even knew this series was happening. Because the reason I'm kind of inserting that into this evening is when we look at the timing of this specific ensoulment in this week, as we are walking into this month of birth. September is about the birth. Go back to January 2021, and I want to share one other reminder with you, because especially again with this evening's ensoulment, so important to remember that we are in this time compression sequence. We are not free of the time compression sequence until March 2022. Right? That's the coming equinox. And that's why this is so important, that this coming equinox, the September 21, 2022, this energy that is sealing what we opened in March 2021 is going to take us to March 2022, which will be the year where it's all out there. It's the year of awareness. And so as you gaze at the time compression, as you gaze at this, go back to January 2021. And if you look here, you first touched that in September 2020. Now, why is that so important? Because that's what's coming up right now in September 2021. That cycle is sealing. So what is the vision you've been birthing? Because from January 1, 2021 until September 22, what is the vision? You have been in gestation. Now it is time to really birth the vision, birth the dream, and allow that to be the manifest law of all that is around thee. And there's so much wisdom and so much ease and grace in being able to manifest this. But what's the secret? The secret is your sincerity, your love, and your presence.
And in your presence comes the ability to delight in the witnessing, the awareness of what is birthing.
Yes.
And
Yes.
here we are.
In every single way. And so as we move to this evening's Insoulment, this evening, I want to share with you a graphic that you're going to find inside this PDF because it's very much about this moment. But before we go there, Shri, let's talk about what's led to this moment, because we actually, so much has led to this moment that we actually put together a little slideshow. And Shri, why don't you share a little more?
Sure, sure. Well, we've been having a lot of fun here at Tosa Blue Mountain.
How's your past weekend been? Just the past few days, guys. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Each time we go outside, we are kissed by the mountain. And I can't think of another way to say it, because it is
so beautiful.
It's an embrace of joy, of
is.
beauty, of love. And so this photo that's behind us tonight, I took today, actually, as we were walking on the side of the mountain.
Is that gorgeous?
And this is a rock face. And you can't really see everything, the trail we're on, but the face is right on the edge. And as you go up the trail, you can place your hands on these rocks, and each little section of rock has a radiation.
Yeah.
Now, we've been walking other areas of our land and that we have been given to be custodians of. And one of the adventures we had just a day ago was a walk alongside the moat.
And you might say, but Shri and Kira, you talk about the moat all the time. Well, here's something that you're going to know. We never, in almost 4 years, have not ever walked this
to the very
edge of our property. And recently we did invest in having the entire property fenced because we were having trees poached and other things were happening, and we wanted to really set up this grid of protection. And so we wanted to see kind of, okay, where is, let's go find it. And it was magical. It was so magical that it was like the perfect culmination that started with I'm going to call it the reactivation of our Mayan ceremonial site. We were very blessed to have a beautiful family here who called forth a Mayan ceremony, and we checked in, and yes, it was all the right timing to do that. And from the opening of that Mayan ceremony for them, through the calling of this land, through the calling of a sacred circle into the land at Mexico, then culminating with the walking of the moat.
Yeah.
A lot of magic has happened. And so we're going to start this little slideshow, because bring your hand to your heart. There is magic happening. And at Tosa Blue Mountain, it always tends to be very tangible. And Shri took this beautiful photo. That is the sun that you're seeing
behind
right there.
The clouds there.
That is the sun.
Or through the clouds.
How big is that beautiful, yummy sun? And that was when Shri and I were walking from the temple up at the top of our mountain. We were on our way walking back down, and we both turned around and went, wow.
All right, let me give you
go.
just a little minute and a half intimate sharing. Here we go.
Maybe hands to heart.
So this is the beginning of the fire ceremony.
This is the building. Don Simeon used to say there are ceremonies and there are burnings. And you can see what was happening here with this beautiful sacred fire for this family. It was becoming a pyramid within a pyramid.
Yes.
Lots of beauty.
And then we began to walk the grounds, going up the hill. On our way up the hill, look at these 3 pools under construction.
Those are the new triple goddess pools that will have the cosmic labyrinth over them, staring out to our Kedarnath. There it is. Do you see the face?
Take a look at these giant rocks.
These are about 12 feet tall, guys. And they're not even fully cleaned yet, but you see the magic. And here's Shri up at the first part of the temple. And a beautiful moment gazing up from the prophecy stone, and then here we are walking the moat.
See the water flow there?
And you notice how these stones, they're Shri, look at how majestically beautiful this is. And this goes on and on and on. And oh my goodness, Shri, this is me going, Shri, you've got to see what we've discovered here. Oh my goodness, that natural archway, look at that. It is just like walking through the most beautiful garden. It was just stunning. And we just kept walking and walking and walking, and look what was waiting as the guardian at our literal gate. So we're stopping here to show you this beautiful bat. Shri,
yes.
Do you want to share a little more? You see his little ears?
This is amazing, because that wire is the very limit of the property, and it goes over the top of the canal. the moat. And it marks the edge of our property. And when we got there, this bat is actually dried. It took its final resting on this wire. You could see its little hands and feet are holding the wire. And what was fascinating about this is its head is facing outside, as if to say, I am the guardian. I am the protector.
Yeah, I am the one who will watch. And the reason that we wanted to show you this film as well before we shared with you this adventure was that it was the first time we ever made this walk. It was after we claimed the land and said, we are here to protect and honor this land, and we'll do all we can to protect it. And that the name of our ceremonial site is Seis Kapul Bats, Bats being the bat. Our 4 Naguales that the Mayan elders sat in sacred circle and went into the sacred fire as to whether or not Shri and I could be the custodians of them. They have traveled all throughout the world, anchoring the energy of the indigenous people of light. And this was the ceremony that happened for this beautiful family. It was the first ceremony since we have consecrated Waka, the Sacred Stone Museum. And the Naguali of Bats is all about protection. And so it felt very much, especially since in between that Mayan ceremony and when we found Bats, that we had also had our first family circle connection with the sacred energy of the land in Mexico. So it is happening. And it is the moment. And we're inviting you to look at the signs around you. And that beautiful bat is there. And all of our workers agreed with us. And we are all honored that it decided to say, I am here, and to send that message out.
One of the things, because we had just the day before done the Mayan ceremony, to the Maya, the bat is sacred as the carrier between the mysteries of the underworld and the conscious daylight reality. And so it is one that can transit the dimensions, transit the information, and serves to protect the sacred secrets.
Yes. And so our workers have all agreed that this is another sign from the mountain. And we have set into sacred intention that all of the land around us can start being reforested and reclaimed, and that we will, all of the funds to be able to add that to the grand vision are already here. And so help us hold that vision as well. If types of projects like this are something that call to you, then reach out to us, because we are in the middle of making this happen, and happening more than just here. What struck me so dearly as Shri and I walked the canal was how blessed we are. That we literally have this moat, and that we can walk this moat the entire length. And we have now walked it from the one end of our property all the way to the other. And we are going to offer that actually as a tour when people come, because it's that beautiful and that magical. But we were so blessed to have this water. And the reason it's so blessed is that this beautiful water that's trickling through has been here for eons. This was here when this was an ancient Incan and Kanyari villages. That water has been running. And what has happened is that we live by the code of the Minga. And the Minga means it's kind of like a house raising or a barn raising. Many of you might relate to, is that once a month, one of us volunteers to go be part of the community, often to maintain this beautiful moat, because this moat floats through all of the land up here. And thereby we are each able to, as the water flows, it is our water to use. And we each recognize that as we maintain our portion of the water, our neighbor maintains their water as well. We are each interdependent on the other, yet each without limitation on anything. And so it is the ultimate beauty of cooperative living. And we are so, and it hit me so clearly at the way in the years that we are just now the most recent custodians in probably thousands of years of custodianship, and how it looks now. Yeah. And then what struck me was when we first saw the bat, which just was a humbling I mean, for me, I'm still honored and humbled, and it is allowed to be there for as long as it will be. And the fact that it's been there about that long, that it has actually become leather, is quite impressive, because nothing has sought to take it from there. But what struck me the most, and we took pictures of it, was that the trees, where all these, remember, we're living on a mature eucalyptus tree forest. I mean, these trees are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years old, with babies everywhere, and you can literally see family lineages and all these other beautiful experiences. But what hit me was that right where our fence was huge tall trees, nothing. And it was such a stark contrast that said, we are here to help preserve and reforest. We live in the Andes Mountains where the air is still clear. But if we lose all of our trees up here, we're the last line of defense. And so let's start getting these trees planted. Help us help the world. Help all of us to resonate at this level of light experience. And so now I want to bring you to one of this evening's graphics that you're going to find within your PDF. And this is the Golden Pyramid opening. Now, the reason that I superimposed the Golden Pyramid opening over this specific representation of a humanoid type face is because of the ignition of the full Ajna chakra, the full ignition of seeing beyond this world. And this is also why it's on the water. And that the water itself is supporting this ignition, that is illuminating, that it is the moment where everything is coming forward into this fullness. And so I wanted to offer this to you for a moment to just perhaps, now that you've seen it, bring your hands to your heart. And Shri, as we close our eyes, would you guide us in 3 Ave Sa breaths?
Absolutely.
And on the 3rd Ave Sa breath, you'll want to open your eyes and then receive this graphic. Because by connecting with this before we dive into the PDF, it will assist what's being shared to be even more pungent.
And so, beloved ones, on the inhale, you're going to think and feel, I salute the divine. And on the exhale, I release all need to control. Sa. We'll do this 3 times together. Let's take the first breath in now. Sa. Sa.
And with that smile, opening your eyes, just gaze. Notice, receive, gaze, notice, receive, smile, and breathe. There we are. Tonight, one of the most beautiful gifts is the serendipity of the ignition of this specific ensoulment as we step into the 2021 experience, where everything is rebirthing, and all of the geometries, the flower of life itself is reshaping, and it is all becoming that mycelial gift of this beautiful energy of these beautiful concentric circles, all finding their harmony together, the each as the one, and the one is the all, thereby floating and suspended in the sea of neutrality. We are able to call forward the geometry of our divine mastery presence as the supporting gift as we move into the greatest mastery awareness that we have ever seen, and birth it. This is the moment to birth the vision right now, this month, time to do it. And so, my angels, let's dive into this PDF, shall we, Shri?
Yes, please.
Let's do it. All right, here we go. So again, welcome to lesson 8. Now, we are not forgetting the I Am book. We have simply been guided to begin tonight with this presence, with the lesson of oneness. Shri and I do have, I just want to assure you, the I Am books with us. And again, I was just guided to remind you that that is happening. They're saying, be in the trust and the flow. And there it is. So Shri, guide us, please, my beloved.
All right. The 12 Lessons of Oneness is this series. This is message 8, Awakening to Your Own comfort.
How beautiful.
And Archangel Zadkiel shares through the Master Lady Kira Ra. Yes, hello, greetings, beautiful ones. Indeed, it is a great pleasure and honor to be with you as we are. Indeed.
Indeed. So let's just take in a nice deep breath on that. It opens with the yes, it ends with indeed. Everything in the middle is the call to the master presence. So breathe that in. You're already seeing that graphic that we had shared with you. Start remembering what you were noticing there. You don't even have to listen to words. Just be with the graphic. Float with what you're experiencing. Let's continue.
The expansion of oneness through the experience of allness has called you here into this culminating energy of divine mastery presence.
Take in a breath, because we are going to stop here to go into the I am for a moment. However, before we do, they want you to remember what was just shared. That, and this is really important, that they said culminating energy of divine mastery presence. Culminating energy of divine mastery presence. This is a direct reference to this moment right now. The reminder that in this time of concentric dimensionality, the reminder that in this moment we are in with every breath, lest we forget, right? With every breath, we are further than we've ever been, which is why we are that close to where we may not be. So if every breath takes us further, why not illuminate those breaths with joy and insert the balance of the neutrality to assist that which is seeking creation through very deep alignment with fear, and that which is seeking justification or justice? Why not invite a breath, a space to create, to call forward that which is being created? Because this can only be created outside of the mind of density that wants to stay in the linear questioning of this is what I expect, and God forbid you don't meet my expectation. That energy is the old paradigm. And yeah, that energy is not welcome to the party at the Yoga of Self-Ascension. The energy that's welcome to the party here is coming from the limitless creation of the law of instantaneous manifestation. Because when that energy field comes together, only that happens with consistent miracle presence. And so to enter into that outside of the integrity of that is when we derail ourselves, because often we're the one who has the split field. So how do we unify the one is the energy that we're being shown right now. And so they're saying, Shri, for you to hold the original book to your heart. And they're saying to my head. And so this is the one from Cherry Wyatt, which I'm just going to hold right here. And they're telling me right down at my eyes to hold it right there. So if you have one, you'll see where I'm holding it. So you can hold it heart or head, and you'll see how we're holding the books. And I know what this might look like, but please breathe in.
So.
Wow. Okay. They're saying page 4, literally page number 4, not Roman numerals, page 4. Here it is. It's page 4, page 1, page 8, in that order, 222. We begin at the top. So the first 2 paragraphs on page 4.
All right, here we go. Do not misunderstand me. This is no idle, foreign, or oriental expression, but the highest principle of life used and expressed throughout every civilization that has ever existed. You know, I feel that we should pick up this sentence.
But they're telling me...
Start right here.
They just said...
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay,
We're
please.
tuned in.
Okay, thank you.
But the highest principle of life used and expressed throughout every civilization that has ever existed. For the first expression of every self-conscious form of life gives is I am. It is only afterwards, in its contact with outer, wrongly qualified activity, that it begins to accept anything less than I am.
And the Saint Germain itself is saying that all that was said before Shri started reading from that which is to be inserted before you start reading. So there are the first two paragraphs, what we read in the I am lesson so far, what was shared, then it's going to be page 4. They're like saying it over and over so we don't forget. Page 4, page 1, page 8, 2, 2, 2, as
Okay.
it is.
All right, let's
Okay.
continue. Now, dear students, do you not see that when you say, I am sick, you are just reversing this principle of life, which is naturally all perfection, thus requalifying it by your willful ignorance with something which it never naturally possessed.
And we're going to page literal 1. And we are reading, Mighty presence of light, God in action, govern the minds of mankind, holding them to truth and justice, and see that thy messengers are placed in all official positions. Let naught of the outer interfere, that none of humanity may accept any thought of deception. Mighty presence of God, surge forth in the minds of all, expressing thy conquering presence. As we move to page 8. The student should watch in every way for habits and break them up. He should not have to be told, but must look within himself and uproot whatever is not perfect. This brings a freedom not possible in any other way. The holding on of old habits is just like wearing worn out garments. The student must not wait for someone else to think those things out for them, must do it themselves. It is not possible for anyone to do it but thyself. I'm up-leveling the language already.
Yes.
All right, breathe that in, and now we're going to return to that PDF and continue with recognizing the Merkaba.
As the living, culminating energy of divine mastery presence, you are the Merkaba of all travel, light, and all understanding. This Merkaba is ignited within your own presence and is located at the head. Your head has carried the energy of this Merkaba for many, many eons. The head itself has many geometries and energies that open a fluid forward movement of the stream of divine consciousness. Many are familiar with the golden pyramid that exists within, and it begins at your eyes.
And we're going to go ahead and stop the share and invite you right now to just relax. And we're going to ignite that pyramid that we were showing you the graphic of right before we began. We're going to invite you to just maybe rest out of the chat, just relax and begin as we're going to just walk you through this ignition. And so just again, relax. Let go of all the need to do anything other than be here now. Strongly suggest closing your eyes, hands on your heart, and Shri, would you guide us?
Yes. Close your eyes and feel them as the base of a golden pyramid. The point of the pyramid emits from your eyes straight up through the forehead. Discover this golden pyramid. This is where the law of instantaneous manifestation becomes effortless. Simply focus upon and utilize this divine conjunction with an open heart of sincerity, love, and presence.
And bring your hands to your heart and really ignite. Bring in a deep Ave Sa breath and bring that breath up into that pyramid. And then Sa, let it out. And let it out with a smile, just feeling that gift. And we're going to go ahead and begin the share again, and just be in the presence of this. Just really be in the loving presence of this gift. And we're going to continue to the next page.
Beloved ones, we offer this recognition. This is the upper pyramid of a Merkaba. As you gaze at a Merkaba, there is a top pyramid and a bottom pyramid, so to speak. And this golden ignition pyramid is the activator of the two pyramids. Let us explain with words that will assist you to create a diagram.
And so that's what you're looking at right now. Before we would read this to you, and really everything that you would read to the right there is what you're staring at, that it is two pyramids, and that the one pyramid has the base at the mouth. So imagine that if it went through the mouth, and then it would go up alongside toward the middle of the eyes, toward that upper pyramid at the top of the forehead. And then that lower pyramid, the base is in the eye level itself, where that golden pyramid goes up from here. The Merkaba pyramid comes down from here alongside the base of the mouth. And what's important to recognize here is that that lower pyramid originates in the U of the neck, which, as it says right there, is the truth chakra. And so let's continue to the next page. So it's important to understand this.
The golden pyramid is the pyramid of the many pyramids that are co-created as the two come together as the one.
So you can see now that from that earlier ignition that Shri just guided you through, that is still spinning right now, that upper golden pyramid basically encompasses your Merkaba, your specific geometry, your geometry of this moment that is ready to reconfigure itself through the flower of life, its very self. And so there are many that are coming together in this moment of birth. And this is why the timestamp of the unfoldment of this ensoulment into this concentric timeline right now cannot be understated. This is like, here you go. We're going to help you walk through this moment and hold the higher frequencies. I mean, this is a bow before the master's moment for me.
And so as you work with this and gaze at the series of graphics here, the golden pyramid is an ignition. And that energy then allows you to then create the Merkaba of the face. And that Merkaba is unique to you. The geometry of your face, where your eyes are, your lips and your throat determine the actual aspect ratio of this Merkaba.
So breathe that in and just feel that. And what you're gazing at is the complete and total unification. This is what ignites the flow of mastery consciousness, the ability to consciously, masterfully call in your Merkaba, and then to be able to utilize the golden pyramid ignition. And this is what the diamond ray does, that's why I put the diamond rays in with the gold, is it fully ignites this as the spinning moment of the law of instantaneous manifestation through the golden ray ignition. So this is really powerful, because the flow of the divine recognition that anchors the stabilizing energy of carrying the body of form while being in the state of divine mastery consciousness is literally as plain as the Merkaba on your face, because that's literally what this is. This actually helps to stabilize your body, because to activate and hold this consciousness open is the affirmation that the body needs to trust you enough to relax the ego to say, oh my God, I'm really here. We can do this. Whew.
Yes.
It's big. All right.
All right. So as you practice, you ignite your Merkaba of divine illumination. And to fully stabilize this Merkaba simply requires you to stabilize your truth.
Now, stabilize into your truth means you really are not pretending anymore. You are who you are. You are not afraid of who you are. You are going to be that being in the full loving presence of the mastery that has the spiritual discernment to be that being in the conscious presence of the mastery awareness. And so the only way to do that is to stabilize your throat. And you see that the Merkaba here begins at the throat, right? That lower pyramid, that U in the neck. That's why I wear the one Mukhi there, right? Half moon Mukhis there, all very powerful. And so that is a powerful stabilizing center. And it is so far beyond the words spoken upon your world.
The truth chakra, your throat chakra, represents that you are in full alignment with the essence,
Exactly.
the truth of who you are.
Exactly.
And this is an opportunity to fully embrace your divine mastery recognition without doubt.
Without doubt, exclamation point. So then what happens? Well, then we call in that divine wisdom. You got to love that, Shrey.
It is a powerful journey to practice calling in the divine wisdom of the Merkaba.
Yes.
To understand how these energies flow in harmony with the body. As you first invite the anchoring of this presence, some experience vertigo or dizziness.
Now, this is because your cosmic prime meridians are being ignited, plus you've got that star consciousness in full swing. And with the golden pyramid fully illuminated, everything is really luminescent, and it is not uncommon to have this experience. And many have this experience for years, not knowing they're just stuck in this opening. The minute you activate this, it's amazing how fast it stops.
As you open the divine mastery portal that exists within this sacred geometric form, based upon pyramids of the sacred golden ratio, it is easy with your own face. Simply transpose this figure over it.
So this is what you were seeing on the page before, essentially.
So find a lovely picture of your face or stare into your mirror and with a magic marker overlay the pyramids onto your face. Relax and witness the expression of this energy arise for thyself. And if you feel dizzy, if you feel an opening or any movement of energy within the body, celebrate this divine movement and presence of light.
And that movement could even be feeling tired. You know, one of the things that's important to remember, oftentimes people ask Shrina, they go, how come I fell asleep? Or how come I always get tired? Anytime that you are receiving information of a frequency that is inviting a current frequency to lift and sustain, if that lift and sustaining has not been something that you've acclimated to or accustomed to, you might not even notice how much energy it's taking to hold that frequency. Mm-hmm. And so after a little while, no matter how well intended, you start becoming tired. It's okay to give into that and just keep everything running. You know, keep something playing or whatever and receive it in a way that your body is comfortable receiving it. Hence, another word that we're getting to this evening, the awakening to your comfort. So that's important to remember as well. So let's continue with this share because there's just so much here. All right. So remember that the base of the Merkaba offers you divine connection, light travel, wisdom, and understanding while still carrying the body of physical flesh. And that bottom point, that you know, the triangles that intersect, points directly to the central ascended heart of divine love. Well, they're talking about the ascended heart chakra.
So the central ascended heart of divine love is in the center of your chest. Beyond the love of the heart of the physical body, the central ascended heart of divine love emanates as a beacon of light and as fuel for the Merkaba.
So as that fuel for the Merkaba, I've got the pointer here, the mouse. You'll see at the Divine Galactic Blueprint, that is the base. That is that foundation from which we lift. And once we have given ourselves that gift of lifting into our ascended heart, which is such a beautiful blessing, then sustaining this open Merkaba field is very simple. And so we want to offer you a close-up of that graphic as well that was in the PDF. And you will see that I don't know if I can move this graphic. Forgive me. It's being covered by other things. I can't. So anyway, this graphic, I hope it's not covered by all the screens we're seeing, is the reminder. This is a close-up of what was in there, that you see the truth chakra is where that's pointing toward that ascended heart, and that the ascended heart energy is what's sustaining and keeping this Merkaba open, while that golden pyramid consciousness that you are calling forward, that they have offered you how to be able to call forward. Imagine it like a helmet. So you have this golden pyramid that's open, and it's this ignited generator, so that your Merkaba of the face is igniting the mastery presence to be in charge, while the ascended heart is radiating and sustaining that energy field, thereby the body of form is having the time of its life. And that's what it's basically talking about, is it opens up the moment to dance. And here we are. All right.
The heart energy is the fuel of the divine lifting process. To fully step into this energy, wisdom, and understanding of this cosmic connection of the universal Merkaba, this transcends all. What this worldly experience may call faith, traditions, or whatever. It is a cosmic energy of divine co-creation that opens the portal of all understanding.
This is when we enter the field of divine neutrality. It's outside of all of the judgments, limitations, delineations, explanations. It's outside of it all, because it is that pure connection with the cosmic energy of divine co-creation. And that is the field of infinite neutrality that can only co-create in that which serves in the highest and restores the balance. And so ask your heart, not your mind. Ask your heart, is there a piece within me that would resist understanding? Right? Is there a piece within me that would resist loving this much? To really be in that portal of the all understanding is to let go of any need to understand. It's the moment where you lift above it and you see the all. It's the ultimate aha, because it even releases that. And for each moment, I love how they say that they're offering the energy, and well, or is there a piece within me that does not want to go beyond? Forgive me, always a good question to ask, right?
Yes.
So, beloved beings, we offer the energy of what this worldly experience would call the quantum field. So that's what, feel that energy again of that golden pyramid igniting your unique Merkaba in this September 2021 moment, where all of the sacred geometries are literally within the flower of life itself as these mycelial spheres that are coming together. And then remember that this is a gift to dance with. It's meant to be fun. So it's a dance, it's a gift to dance with as you open the Merkaba, fully understanding, and there it is, the magnitude of this moment. It's not just about opening the Merkaba and going, oh, this is cool, this is fun. It's recognizing that the reason you're even able to have the ability to do this is because of the magnitude of the moment. It's the thank you. It's the affirmation. It's the reassurance that we are moving forward. We are now seeing the diamond ray, which is beautiful. We are now beginning to see glimmers of the March 2022. That is a miracle. We have not ever gone this far before. And to ignite into the conscious awareness of the reconfiguration of all the geometries at this moment, in this experience,
Yes.
is the moment. It is the moment.
And I would just want to take a second and encourage you. Go get that mirror. Draw the Merkaba, trace it right there on the mirror so you can position your face and look in there and connect with that and allow that to perhaps spin for you. And as you connect with this energy, you are doing the very thing so many people have asked for, which is to look beyond the veil, to
Yes.
be able to sense, feel, and know that which is not distorted by the third density, to be able to be in the purity of the energy of you and your knowing.
And I heard page 94 at the top. So let us turn to page 94 at the top. 93, 94. There it is. Few understand that when their attention is called to some destructive thing, how much and how often they allow the attention to revert back to it. Or if another has displeased them in some way, how much and how often the attention returns to that incident when they have the full power to control their attention and make it obey their command. For even among earnest students, yet understand what a mighty power their faculty of attention becomes under their controlled use. And they're inviting, very powerful, and they're inviting us now to go back immediately to the PDF for each body.
Each body, each structural form that you have chosen, each physical head that you see, as it is the one appendage you must have to stay on this planet, is it not? You can lose an arm or a leg. You cannot lose a head and stay in this body. It is the one appendage you must keep.
Interesting. Let's go to the next page. All right, there we are.
As you have this appendage and gaze at its structural form of this appendage, notice where the eyes are in relationship to the mouth. Notice the frame and shape of the face, for each carries the unique soul signature of their Merkaba of divine transcendence. It is a powerful gift. It is a powerful understanding.
We sincerely encourage you to create your Merkaba of the face. Get your magic marker, use your mirror, find a picture of yourself. A passport photo is great because it's head on. And this is really important because what they're saying is at the top here, as you have this appendage, meaning as you have this head that you have to keep to be able to stay in body, that is the reason it is the one appendage that can offer you the gateway of freedom to be able to have the mastery presence fully engaged in the body of form. And by noticing where the eyes are in relationship to the mouth, those are the bases of the two upward and downward pyramid of the Merkaba of the face, and also the eyes are the base of the upward activating Merkaba of the golden ray ignition. And so the energy and support of this beautiful alignment is available for you, Master You, at any time. And the big question is, to where do you really want or wish to awaken? Because this is where we start talking about awakening to your comfort. And this is a very powerful discernment that offers a lot of freedom.
Beloved ones, in this world experience, many awaken to a level of comfort to solely navigate a world of density. A level of presence that says, this makes it easier for me to be on this planet. This makes it easier for me to understand.
Now, we want to just take one moment, and I want to invite Shri to share a little bit about Shri, as many of you know, was a really brilliant, still is, brilliant psychotherapist. However, you stopped practicing really because of almost exactly what they're sharing here. And can you share a little more of the discernment of that? Because I think it's very potent.
Yeah, that each being does have to make a choice. We awaken to a level of maturity or skill, a capacity to cope with life. So we awaken to a level that creates a comfort zone. And then we make a choice to either anchor there in our comfort zone and live our life and have the experiences year after year, or we keep going. And what I learned when I was seeking resolution of the emotional pain and resolving childhood imprints and all of the things that we all share in common, that we seek to resolve these things so we can feel more comfortable with life. As I began doing my own process and then studying and helping others to become more comfortable with their lives, I found that, well, then what? So the emotional stability was there, yet the yearning for oneness was not quenched, and that the yearning to really know is not satisfied by any field of psychology. The psychology facilitates you to be able to cope with life's stresses, not ascend through life's experiences.
And that's a really powerful discernment.
It is. And for me, it meant to leave behind that professional model, that box, and to continue to follow the energy of expansion. And that's what led me into energy healing and all kinds of modalities that are more closely connected to the truth of your soul's energy. The essence is we are energy having a human experience. And if we identify only with the experience, we have then put a box around our growth.
You know, and I do want to share that my amazing husband, by the time we met in his quest to really do this, I challenge anyone to be more available or aware of more modalities. He wound up getting himself over 21 different certifications and modalities and expansion to really arrive at the moment of really what I see as that crystalline breakthrough experience. And so this is really powerful, because when you gaze right here as to what Archangel Zadkiel is saying it right here, that look, for many, that is the level of comfort. The level of comfort is to say, look, I just want to be able to get through it. And my level of presence is going to just make it easier for me to be on this planet and easier for me to understand. And what's so important here is that it is important to really honor that each is awakening to their level of comfort, and each has the right to do so, right? It's not ours to discern how each should awaken. And so as Zadkiel says, wonderful. Understand that awakened understanding is in and of itself an enlightenment, because being enlightened to your first awakened understanding of navigating this world. Now, I know that can be hard or complex to understand, but it's about being enlightened to your first awakened understanding of navigating this world is the first moment you've touched the fifth dimensional experience of the witnesser of the witness. It's that first enlightened moment where you are aware of your awareness.
So the enlightenment refers to exactly that. Oh, I'm noticing that this is more comfortable emotionally. Or, oh, I'm noticing I'm less reactive or fearful. And in the noticing comes the noticing of what is your next step.
Exactly. That, and then it is such a beautiful celebration. So let's continue. Here we go. And so here we are. And they're saying to be enlightened
is to be filled with the presence of light at the experience of conscious awareness that serves your soul's exploration of this world.
That experience of conscious awareness is unique for each individual.
You are here as a great explorer. You are here for great and wondrous expansion of the soul. Now, some ask, why would the soul need expansion? We offer this to you. It doesn't.
I love that answer. But let's talk about it.
The mind of this world seeks the explanation of what the soul is, of why you are, and what it is to be in allness as you reunify into oneness.
This is the biggie, because this is what's happening right now.
As you offer yourself this great gift, forward momentum, illumination, and enlightened experience, ask yourself, where am I comfortable? And who is the I that is asking?
Really breathe into that. Where am I comfortable? And who is the I that is asking? And then broaden that.
What is your level of comfort? What is comfort? This word, comfort, stops many from growing more than any other word. What is comfort? Ask yourself, what is it to be comfortable?
And allow yourself to really go deep with that. Go back to it over and over again, and then expand into these self-inquiry questions.
Are you comfortable with your heart? Are you comfortable with your joy? Are you comfortable with those that you are experiencing this life with? Are you comfortable with your habits? Where is your comfort?
Now, before I go any further, I want to go back for a moment because it's important to remember that you do not want to go into these questions until you really get through the first two, because truly taking the time with, if you were to write this, say, okay, I'm going to pull this out and I'm going to work through this week, right? Where am I comfortable? And then who is the I that's even asking? And to not shortcut that, really go deep with that, because that will lead you to the what is it to be comfortable. And only then will you have that arrival into that truth that activates and sustains all this energy as you engage these questions. Because these questions can be engaged with the mind pretending to be the spirit pretty easily.
Yes.
And that's why the first two are important. All right, let's continue. It is
your comfort that is the greatest motivator.
Now, take that in. Your comfort is actually your greatest motivator. Why is that? Because it's self-obsessed. Yeah. It's self-driven. So let's pay attention to this, because it's a very, very profound and illuminating discernment.
Discover what brings the comfort of whatever path you choose to embrace. Where are you comfortable? And then be present in your comfort. When you complain about your comfort, you are inviting yourself to grow. Celebrate.
Now, I want to share something with you, that complaining about your comfort, step back, and when notice how often you're complaining about it, notice what it is, notice the consistency, and then remember one thing. You have the power in a minute to find the solution, even within the context of where you are. No matter what it is, it carries a resolution without needing to be deferred for a tomorrow scenario. Because, something as simple as over this past weekend, I looked at Sri and said, we bought this beautiful set of blue glasses in Guatemala over 10 years ago, and we never use them because they're sitting downstairs and nobody else never uses them. And you know what? I'm going to start using them. Something as simple as that. What are you denying that brings you joy? And then bring it in to the right now. It's a really profound and important support for the master that you are. So let's continue. All right. So there it is.
If you're complaining about your comfort, you are ready to expand into a new energy, one way or another.
Now, one way or another means if you're aware of it, then you get to command it. If you're not aware of it, it's going to happen anyway, and sometimes we don't enjoy the way the universe brings it forward.
Yeah. Perhaps the new energy is to release the complaining of the level of comfort. What a gift.
I'll take that. All right, so let's relax the mind. There it is. Woohoo!
It is important to pay attention. Beloved ones, your comfort can only be stimulated from the truth of your divine heart, offering you support for the journey of a body in this world now.
So remember, this is going back to that ascended heart and the truth chakra.
The Merkaba of divine light activates when you fully understand its presence, and it can only be jettisoned by a heart that has fully illuminated with the recognition that your heart is now in divine comfort, that you are comfortable living in your heart space instead of the mind space.
And the you is the master you, fully illuminated and actively aware, because this next paragraph is important.
Now, The mind will fight, and it is a good fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it has much practice.
Yes.
Invite the mind to be comfortable, relaxing. Fancy that. Inviting your mind to be comfortable, relaxing. Invite it with the clarity of, dearest mind, relax. Dearest heart, take over.
And
The heart will respond as it gazes at you. Are you sure?
this is important. The "are you sure" is not to be taken lightly here. Whenever we really move forward with our deepest commitment, there is always the "are you sure?" It is the universal double check that says, look, there's always an out clause. Do you want to take it? The key is, as the master, are you willing to see it and move through it? Whether or not you do is 100% your choice, and you can never make the wrong choice, because whatever choice you make, there's always going to be another one. When we say yes, we will keep saying yes. It's just an ever refining spiral. And when we say no, another yes moment will appear. And so it's always perfect. And we are always at the helm of being able to choose. That's how you know it's of the highest. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's return to that PDF. There we are, Shri. Okay, so there it is. Simply be clear.
Yes. Within your clarity and illumination, within your understanding and connection with the flow of divine consciousness, arising forward and bursting forth from your Merkaba of the face, this exists to assist all energies contained within the head of form to integrate rather than be separate.
Now, this is a direct reference when it talks about all the energies ahead of form. Let's talk about that. We have our throat, right? It's right here. It's this, it supports the head, right? So we have the throat. We have the verbal. We have the way that we communicate. We have not only our eyes, but we have the third eye. We have everything, Shri, if you want to talk about all of the upper chakras. Plus, we have the cosmic prime meridians and the star consciousness.
So to invite all of these energies, these capacities to integrate, is to bring a new balance to your existence.
Exactly.
And it's also an invitation to step out of the mental OCD, really, because the mind, left unchecked, it just keeps rambling, doesn't it?
And it will constantly keep creating new questions and ways to just entertain itself. And so here we are, and it's important to remember, we're going to go to the next page, that, well, let's start down at the bottom. There we are.
You are moving forward in many ways.
Yes, you are.
As you gaze at your own experience of this extraordinary world and those around you, notice where they live, head or heart.
There it is.
This is simple to discern and outside of judgment. It is an observation. And if you choose to fully observe, avoid consciously asking the question, as the mind will always answer, as you would inquire of the brain, head or heart. Oh, heart, yes, yes, because the head will seek to remain in control and speak within. Say heart, yes.
So this is important to really pay attention to, is how often we are creating the answers we want to hear because the mind is in control, because it's terrified of the heart. And so it is very important to release the question and be the answer, be the awakened state. Everyone is awake. Fancy that. Everyone is awake. What they are awake to is the level of consciousness that brings them comfort. So congratulations. Where is your comfort? Where do you wish to be awake to? Because being consciously aware of that is part of the gift, right? So recognize that every being is awake to their level of comfort as they grow, as they expand, and as they experience this world. And so we're not going to read about activating the Merkaba. We're going to demonstrate that for you when we close this evening. And we're going to really cut down here to the end where there was a question that came in about the 4 energies. And we want you to notice that when you read this, and you can read this on your own, they're really talking about how to call in the unification. And so we're gonna close the ensoulment, and then we're gonna go back and we're gonna offer this activation of the Merkaba of the face and leave you with that this evening. And Shri, if you would please read this.
Yes. Follow your heart energy wherever it is leading you. Know that you are in the presence of your truth. Follow the presence of your truth as all is manifesting perfectly.
Take in a breath.
The home you seek will reveal itself before you effortlessly. You need not ask. It will simply be. Blessings, dear one, and breathe, yes. Beloved ones, we offer you this wondrous present, this gift of the divine flow of consciousness. May you use those middle fingers wisely.
We're going to be using that in the activation in a minute, so that's what they're talking about.
Yes, may they be the ultimate salute.
That's a joke.
It is a joke. And so it is. Beloved angels, it is always a joy to breathe with you. It is always a joy to smile with you. And it is a joy to see how beautiful you are.
Many blessings. And let us prepare now to activate that Merkaba. So few things, and you're going to go back and read all of this in the PDF. And if you don't have access to the PDF, please consider joining us as part of the Monday Magic family by making whatever donation you would like to make to help assist all of those that are served by the Clinic Olinda Foundation here in Ecuador, helping people have access to clean water, helping people be able to feel better and be pain-free through the epic laser systems and the blessings of the beautiful Dr. Lorena and her staff that are really helping many to live a better life. We love you dearly for your support and appreciate it.
Very much.
This is our service every Monday as well, and we are so honored to always be here with you. So we have shown you that the Merkaba of the face, right? We have the Merkaba that starts right here, the triangle that begins in our truth chakra, comes up by the mouth, goes to the eyes, right? We have that one. Then we have the one that starts at the mouth, comes up, goes up right through the eyes to the top of the forehead. So there's the top and the bottom. We have that beautiful gold Merkaba that Shri activated with you earlier that's been spinning the entire time. What this process is that Shri will call you into the energy of your Merkaba. And then we're going to be taking our thumb and our middle finger, and this is what they meant by your middle fingers. And for those of you that have taken quantum clairvoyance, this is how we activate those prime meridian energies. And those middle fingers are going to be placed at the top and bottom of your Merkaba. And then there will be a moment where we will be breathing in and we literally release those to activate the spin that is held open by the golden Merkaba. And so that is the process that's taught in the ensoulment, and you can go back and read that. And we would like to close this evening by inviting you to bring your hands to your heart, taking in a deep breath, and Shri will guide us through opening that Merkaba. And then we will just be ending this session.
So take a breath and be present right here in your heart center. Thinking Ave on the inhale and Sa on the exhale. Sa. Being quietly present. And just notice the first triangle, the first pyramid. The downward facing pyramid has the point at the neck, and it goes up by the sides of the mouth to the eyes, and the eyes serve as the base of that pyramid. Just feel that right now. The upward pointing pyramid begins at the mouth, and the sides go by the side of the eye and come to a point at the top of the forehead. Feel that now. Let's pause and connect with those two. The upward pointing pyramid from the mouth up to the forehead. Feel it, sense it. And the downward pointing pyramid. The base is at the eyes, and it goes down by the sides of the mouth to the base of the neck. Feel that. And as you're visualizing and feeling it, begin now to activate the middle finger on each hand, touching the thumb to the middle finger, slowly at first, sending the signal, I'm activating this energy, and then a little more rapidly. Now in a moment, we're going to take one middle finger at the top of the forehead to that top pyramid's point, and the other middle finger at the base of the neck to the downward pointing pyramid's point. And you're going to touch those points to activate those pyramids, taking in a breath, and then pull your hands away and spin the pyramids. And you can go do that again. If you feel you need another spin, you touch the top and the bottom, connect with the pyramids, connect with the Merkaba, and spin it. And just be. Practice this. Your freedom awaits.